Okay, so today I'm going to start a side project. It'll be a very miniature alerting type system, very similar to PagerDuty, but without all the enterprise type functionality. We'll be building it in Elixir using Phoenix for the web stuff and Ash for the data. Sorry. So I've gone to ash-hq.org here, and I've started setting up the installer. So uh, the name of the application is going to be alert, alert, alert. I've just gone with AAA. It's easier to type, which I will be typing a lot. I've selected Phoenix Live View for the preset stack. Logins, I've selected a whole bunch of different types, give some options. AI Tidewave is a new thing, an MCP server. Don't really know much about it. Had a quick look. Ash AI, again, haven't had a look at it, but I'm using Cursor, so I'm hoping it helps out with that. Money, just for any part where I need to represent money in the system, billing, stuff like that. Background jobs using Oben. I've used it in many apps. There'll be background jobs here to repeatedly send stuff, things like that. State machines I'll be using for the status of the alerts, so the different states they're in. Archival to soft delete, and encryption. This is like a vault type system to encrypt various fields. I'm not sure I'm going to need it, but I'm going to add it in. It might be worth encrypting any sort of data that comes through, just so I don't have to worry about that. I've turned off the admin UI and live debugger, and that gives us this SSH shell command. So we'll copy that, and I will paste it into here. And that's just going to run through and set it all up there. While that's running, I've recently just finished off another side project called startlanding.com, which is a landing page platform where you control the HTML. I posted it on Hacker News today as the official launch, though a lot of work to do to actually promote the system. But it's out there now, so I'm pretty pleased with that. So let's just check on how we're going. I do all my development on a remote server. That I SSH into. For a long time, I was using Vim and just coding directly on the server. Past, I would say, a month or two, I've been trying out Cursor as a replacement for Vim, and I've been quite enjoying it, though I struggle a fair bit with the VS Code sort of setup, but I'm getting more used to it. So I'm just gonna set up cursor here. Let's close the chat off. Won't do the update right now. So still just waiting, I believe, for everything to compile. Just trying to add, okay, so it's compiled now. So that's finished off. So if we go in here, we can go back to the code bit. Start the server, make sure everything's working from the start okay. Cool. So we should have, I think it's sign in. Yeah. So basic authentication setup. I'm just gonna. Okay. So first thing I'm going to work on today is once you log in, I want to have you join a team. I keep clicking on the wrong thing there. Move this over here. So yeah, so the first thing I want to do is when you sign up to the system, I want it to, let's see if I can make this a bit bigger for myself, sorry. Okay. Yep. Alrighty. So first thing we're gonna do is add organizations to authentication. Yeah, it doesn't take long to start getting bots hitting your server. So to do that, we will use Ash's resource generator. Organization will be accounts. Put it in. Same with all the auth stuff. We'll put in accounts. I'm going to use a ID primary key. ID, and then we're going to have an attribute called name string required, and I think that's, I'll do a relationship belongs to user so this will be the owner of the organization. Yeah, generally I don't like putting it directly in the organization like this. I might do a many to many. I'm just not sure if it's worth doing a many to many. This is much easier process to do it. The downside of this is basically just that you have to switch that user out if you want to get rid of that user. But many to many, you'll have to do that anyhow. So I'll just do that. So this will be the main admin. I'll call it the owner. So it has a name, has the owner, timestamps, which is standard database ones, extend, Postgres, and yeah, I think that's it. So we'll run that, it'll create our resource for us, then we can go in and make sure that everything is set up right. Let's, get that done. Okay, so we'll go in here, we have our organization, have a look through. We don't have any permissions set up on this at the moment. That should be okay. We'll add, we want to add like a basic permission to this. I think that's, I'm just going to check. Cool. Yeah. Policies do we want to check on the thing, so authorize if relates to actor via owner. So what this means is if we set the owner so if we're logged in as the owner, when we set the actor on the any sort of request related to this, it will authorize. Later on, we'll need to add a read to authorize people who are part of the organization so that they can actually see it in their list, but we don't need to worry about that for now. Name, I don't know, false. We don't need the name to be unique. I was just thinking about that. Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's unique because people will either be creating a new one or they will have I think I need to wrap that. Cool. Yeah, so it doesn't need to be unique because it doesn't matter if people have the same organization name, because they'll either be creating the organization themselves or they will be invited to an organization. So it doesn't really change anything. What's the error here? There is no such import. It should work. I don't know why I'm getting that error. Authorizers. That work this time? Cool. Yeah. Do allow no false. We don't want to allow owner to not exist. Cool. So we have a basic organization set up. So what we can do now is codegen add org. And what this will do is look for changes in all of the models and generate us a migration. So add org. We can see we have our name here, the ID for the ID. These are the timestamps and the owner ID and what it references. And also our validations around null. So cool. We will migrate that so it's in the database. Next up, we need, when we create a user, for them to create an organization, a personal organization for themselves. So we will do that next. So I'm just gonna So we'll do that in the user. Let's go have a look at our actions. So we're going to do this after our creates. So let's have a look. Create with password. Create with magic link. And we haven't set up any OAuth 2 stuff yet, so that's why we're not saying anything there. So yeah, so we will add it to after that we want to change. So I'm going to create a new folder for changes. Create a new change file. We'll call it create org. And now I need to check the documentation for this because I'm not entirely sure how to do it. So let's have a look at that. So we're in the Ash documentation here. We're going to go up to changes. Changes, custom changes. So we're going to use, so that was right. I had a lot of problems with cursor's autocomplete when doing Ash otherwise, so I'm not entirely trusting of it. Change set. Ops, context, we want context. Okay. I'll do like an after action though. We don't want to. So create the user. I want it to be an after. After action. I'll try to find the right docs for that bit. Okay, change after action. This is what we want to do. I'm just not sure. Okay, so we get the change set. We want to do change set after action, change set result. Where does result come from? I am not sure where that result comes from. No, I will just do it. I'll do it in the inline for now, and I will do it on the password sign up. Register a password, change after action. And change set record context. And for the context, we are going to get the actor. There. Yeah, it's not what we want quite. So we'll go to accounts, organization, do create action, create org. We go into organization, and we need to add actions, create org, accept name, and owner ID. Cool. Don't really need to do much more there. Go into here. So we want to do AAA, accounts, create org, name is going to be the actor email, personal account, owner ID is the, oh, we don't have an actor there, do we? It's a record. Because this is in the creation of that, so we'll go over here. The owner ID is the record.id, blah, 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 and actor is the record. That should always work. If it doesn't work, then something big is wrong, so we want to fail it anyhow, and let me know about it. Interface refers to a non-existent action create. Oh, yeah. And since it's actually default actions, I think that's it. I could be wrong though. Defaults. So defaults. Create, and we want name, owner ID. We can get rid of that. Get rid of that. Cool. So that just creates our basic read create. So when we sign up the user using the password strategy, after action, we create the org, assign that user to the org. Cool. And then we'll update the user itself to store the current active organization. I don't want any of that. We do want it to, oh, no, we do want to allow nil. As you can see, lots of random stuff gets sent. So active organization, good stuff. Yeah, that's cool. So that means up here, when we log in, no active organization, show a prompt, show a list of organizations they can choose to log in from, and then set it as active. That should work. I'm going to stop there for tonight. And tomorrow morning, probably, I'll do another live stream where we assign the organizations and stuff. Just a quick stream. I'm just trying to get back into it again. So